Let me tell you about the greatest feeling you could possibly feel. Also, don't mind the sun is like, the reason my eyes are closed is the sun is not in front of me, but the snow is reflecting the sun. But I'm going to talk about one of the greatest feelings you could feel. And the feeling is getting warm after you've been hunting in like really cold weather. Today, I went hunting with my dad and my uncle around my father's house. And it was a really, really, really cold day of hunting. Like 4 degrees cold this morning or 2 degrees cold, but it feels like in the negatives. And I sat for about a little over an hour, about an hour and a half. And then we did some drives. Even with gloves on, my fingers were so fucking cold. It was unbelievable. I had to cross the creek to track my uncle's deer and got some water in my boot. There must be like a hole or something in it. So that wasn't fun, and that was after our first drive. So my foot was like an ice block. It's like one of those days where it's so cold you can't even you can't take your hands out of your pockets. And I'm trying to hold the muzzleloader, and my hands are just like frozen to the fucking thing with gloves on, mind you. But we do that. We get to the house. We were outside. We probably hunted for 3.5 hours. But that feeling of getting warm and finally like thawing out is one of the greatest feelings in the entire world. It's euphoric. I got the wood burner going and was able to thaw my feet out and get some nice warm socks on. And man, it immediately like makes you tired. But now I left his house, picked up a tall boy, of course, and was driving home and decided to stop at a local park here, which I'm technically not allowed to be at because I'm not a resident. And I've been here for probably 45 minutes and I've just been reading. I'm like, I got 100 pages left of Walden by Thoreau, and I'm pretty upset because I've been enjoying it a lot. Luckily, I have 2 other books by, well, no, it's technically 3 other books by him, but the one is fucking paper thin. And I have something coming in Tuesday that I'm going to show you guys. I'm like beyond excited about it. But yeah, no, that is the greatest feeling. And now, like I just like took like a 20-minute nap probably. What time? Oh, it's already 1:45. So I've been here for probably an hour. But I got so tired from just being warm in the car now that I was just sitting here reading and definitely hit one of these. And then I woke up and I was like, whoa. Maybe it wasn't 20 minutes, probably like 15 minutes. Which I'm surprised I even was able to fall asleep in public like this. Because I'm very weird. Like the reading hasn't been the most optimal reading. I haven't read as many pages as I wanted because I keep like, having to look around because I'm like weirded out that somebody's going to like run up on me. Not that I have any ops out there, but maybe just some psychopaths or something. I don't know. I'm fucking shot. But boy, does it feel good to be warm. I'm still in my long johns and my insulated pants here. But it's good to do things that challenge you like that. Just to keep you in check. And it really does force you to appreciate the blessings of life, right? That we always take for granted. We take, warmth. If you're blessed enough to have warmth readily available to you, you take it such for granted. And it takes days like today where you are literally like hypothermic cold, which I was not hypothermic cold, but my feet, when I got in that water, were so fucking cold. I was fucking frozen to death. Not to be dramatic or anything. But when you hit that warm, you appreciate warm so much. But, by tonight I'll be bitching because my room's going to be blistering hot and I can't sleep and yada, yada, yada. And you can't help but be amazed. Like I'm looking at these deer and I'm like, you guys are just out here. Animals just in general. It's like, you're forced to be out here. I'm like, it's nuts to me that you have what it takes to survive out here, not freeze to death. And it reminds you how just like ill-equipped humans are. Like, good thing we have a brain. Which, do we even have that anymore? But seriously, we would be screwed if we didn't have a brain. We would die. I was like sitting there, I'm like, if I didn't have a house to go into, humans would die so fast. And I would like to think that I'm a pretty, like, advanced human, I guess, as in, like, I could start a fire outside with, like, flint and steel. I was super obsessed with survival when I was a young kid. To the point, like, funny story, we drove to New York City one time, which is, like, 6 hours from Buffalo, I think. 8 hours, something like that. And I looked up on a map. I was young, 8, 9, something like that. And I looked up on a map, like, how to get there, and I saw that there was a bunch of woods, like, on the way, because it's interstate, obviously. And I tried to sneak my survival, like, bug out. I used to have a bug out bag, it's called. That used to be, like, a thing on YouTube. You could look up people's bug out bag tours. And I tried to slip my bug out bag in the trunk of the car in case we went off the road or something and had to survive in the woods. Yeah, that's how fucking shot I was. My mom caught it and was like, dude, you're not bringing this to your aunt's house. It was full of knives and flint and steel and tinder cloth. I had my little Altoids tin, and you put a bandana in it, and then you put it in the, like, you rip it up into little pieces, and then you put it in the fire in the Altoids tin, and like it like burns in there, but it becomes like this char cloth, and it's called, what'd I just call it? I just called it, and I completely forgot what it was called. Tinder cloth, I think it's called, tinder cloth. I had that, my flint and steel, my cotton balls soaked in Vaseline. But yeah, no, like I was saying, not to get too sidetracked, I would like to think I'm a pretty, like, advanced survival guy. Like, I could survive outside, but, like, realistically, I would say 98% of people would immediately die. Like, night one would just freeze to death. Like, I was just sitting there thinking, like, what happens if I got caught out here? I mean, there's houses. I could see 15 houses, you know? But, like, if I was, like, caught out in nature and say there was no house around me right now, what would I do? And I'm like, okay, I would get kind of down in the creek bottom so the wind blowing off the field would kind of blow over me. I wouldn't want to stay, like, up on the flat of the field because then I'll just have to figure out how to get away from the wind. Then I'm gonna build, like, a bank of snow so that protects me from the wind and kind of insulates me when I have a little fire. But then, like, I don't want to be too close to the creek because that's just giving off cold air. These are just the weird thoughts I'm spewing while I sit here. But I'm going to start heading home now because I'm pretty tired. And I got to get to the gym and that. Maybe try to go outside for a little bit today, get, like, really ice cold, like, really cold, and then jump inside and feel how good you feel. It's the greatest feeling ever. But, and I advise, go to your local park. Go to your local park and just sit. I mean, we're blessed to have a lake here that I can look at, but you probably don't have a lake. Not a lot of people have lakes around them. Maybe you have, like, a big-ass pond or something by your park or some shit that you could look at, but this is very nice. It's very peaceful. I have my coffee, and look at what I have my coffee supersetted with. Fucking early morning LD. Jesus Christ. I might not even make it till fucking dinner time without croaking out. Alright. You guys know the drill. I will talk to you tomorrow. Peace.